Hello, everybody. This is Swati live from Los Angeles. It's 7 p.m. here. I think that there was some confusion about where to find the link to this session. I think somehow the links had gotten switched in the table, and the AM showed the PM session and the PM showed the AM session. But I have fixed it by now, and I hope you all have found or will find the right session right now. I just wanted to say that I'm happy to be back. I missed last week's session because I was away for a teacher training slash meditation retreat. As you all know, I have been teaching self-compassion as part of my mindfulness meditation teachings because of doing work in that area or learning about that area by doing retreats in self-compassion and so on. But this retreat I went to was different because it was teacher training. So we were all teachers who were basically learning how to hold mindful self-compassion retreats or classes and how to teach it to people. And it was a lot of work, although we did have a lot of time to meditate and there was a lot of experiential things. But we also discussed things, talked to each other, opened up, and that takes a lot. And the schedule was quite long. So I feel really ready to teach you guys or make you into somebody who practices self-compassion and as a result becomes resilient, because that's one of the things that comes out of self-compassion training, to be ready for whatever comes. And that is supposed to be the most important factor in predicting success. And I know we all want success in whatever it is that we would like to do. So today what I wanted to talk about was, in fact, what happened was you must have received the email when I asked a question that we all want to belong, but at the same time, we also want to be special. And is this really true? Give me your thoughts. And one of the participants or one of the campers responded back saying that I'm not sure if that's really true, because she said that one of the things that we all want is to be accepted exactly the way we are, and that feels good when we are accepted for whatever we are, and we don't have to put in efforts in being somebody else. And that's what we want to be accepted the way we are. And of course the other side of it is to be able to accept or tolerate other people the way they are, and that is a gift you can give to others. And I totally agree. And when I was thinking about it, a lot of different issues came to my mind. Self acceptance is the term that kept coming to my mind. We want to be accepted by the rest of the world the way we are, but before that the question is, are we accepting ourselves exactly the way we are? Take away the stories, take away either the grandiosity or self criticism. Take away the social comparison. Take away driving yourself nuts to be somebody you are not or to reach somewhere. And just first accept things the way they are. You may have something going on in your life that's unpleasant. There may be a characteristic about you that you yourself find difficult. You may have physical pain and suffering. Something bad may have happened, or sometimes it may even be something good. Even that sometimes is hard to accept without attaching too many stories to it. So, given all this, how would it be to accept yourself exactly the way you are? As I was saying, social comparison is one thing that comes in our way. We compare ourselves with other people. Sometimes the goals we set for ourselves are based on what is valued by your surroundings. And sometimes that means changing yourself, your natural tendencies. It's okay, I don't have anything against it. But whatever you want to change yourself, first, if you accept it exactly the way it is and become okay with it, it becomes easier to change it. We feel jealous when someone we know gets something special. They may get an award. You may want the same award, or something good happens to them that you think you deserve. It the jealousy may come from the times long time ago, evolutionary speaking. It may be that the resources were limited and we had to grab the resources for survival. But the fact is, the way our lives are today, we don't have to worry about getting resources that will be stolen by others as if our survival depends on it. In fact, would it be possible to have real joy for someone else who gets things, and you can still motivate yourself to work on whatever it is that you think you deserve? Wouldn't that be better? In fact, all this does fall in the category of self-compassion, which includes accepting yourself and accepting our common humanity. And that makes us feel more motivated to do whatever we need to do to get what we want, either make a change or work for something, which is something we may not know because we believe that self-criticism is the way, or jealousy may help us to actually drive to get something. But all these negative feelings are like poison that corrodes the vessel that holds it. And we don't want to get corroded. What we want is we want to rejuvenate ourselves and try self acceptance as one of the steps towards it. So all these other things other than self acceptance, think about it like self doubt. Am I good enough? Or what I'm doing, is that activity or accomplishments, are those good enough? Or I need to blame myself. I need to criticize myself. Or blaming something when it goes wrong. Yes, I am responsible. It's one thing to take responsibility, which is a good thing, instead of blaming others, to take responsibility for your part. That's a good thing. But self blame is not the same thing as self responsibility. Self blame gets into the category of beating yourself up, which can be paralyzing, it can be depressing. Even happiness, when we make that into our goal, into the quest, to the degree that you're desperately marching towards it as if I have to be happy. And sometimes that we associate it with external achievement, or even if it is internal characteristics. In order to be happy, I need to have this in my personality or in my behavior. We need to take that out of our quest. So self-acceptance is an important factor. So today's meditation we are going to practice is of self-acceptance. Sometimes, as I said, you may even have some physical ailment or something for which you don't have any control over. But you may be feeling guilty. You may be feeling like you are lacking something. Or you may even go into superstitious belief about, I don't know, something you have done because of which you may be getting this. But self-acceptance is the first step towards getting rid of these kinds of feelings and to make yourself go towards whatever you want in a more joyful, more self-accepting way. So let's get to it. I see here some people who were probably trying to view this session in the morning. They were getting this session. So I see a lot of messages here. And I guess I'll just leave them here. I don't think I need to respond to them. I hope you found the session in the morning, or you're watching it now, or you will watch the recorded version of this session. So let's close our eyes and take a few deep breaths. Relax your shoulders. Keep your spinal cord straight. And breathe in and breathe out and pay attention to the way your body is receiving this central part of our life, essential factor, the breath. Gratitude for the breath and allow your body to receive this breath and notice how the chest, the tummy and your head and your nostrils, how these how your body is receiving the breath. And now scan your whole body quickly from the top of your head to the bottom of your toes and see which part of your body grabs your attention. If there is any pain or hurt anywhere, that will grab your attention. Or it could be a comfortable feeling somewhere. Or you may notice something that may be neutral or normal, but that part of your body may grab your attention without any specific reason. Pay attention to that part of your body. See all the sensations in that part. And now look carefully at that part and see if you can accept whatever feelings, sensations you have, if you can accept those sensations the way they are. And as you are doing it, you may have some feelings or you may have some thoughts arising, but simply notice these feelings. Notice what feelings and notice what thoughts come to your mind. And whatever they are, see if you can totally accept it. I'm okay with it. Just see if you're able to do it. I'm okay with it. If your mind is wandering around, bring it back and notice this part of the body again. And notice if you are able to accept whatever sensations there are, and if it rises any feelings and thoughts in you, and see if you are able to accept it, or if there are any thoughts or feelings that are stopping you from the total acceptance. Just notice these and see if they change. Bring your wandering mind back to this part of your body. And at this point, you can put your hand on your heart area and press it a little bit. And I accept you the way you are, soft and soothed. I accept you the way you are. Accept yourself the way you are, without any stories or without any interpretations. Whatever is real, just accept it. I'm okay with it. Appreciate you in spite of it or because of it. Breathe in and breathe out and bring your attention back to the breath again. Breath in and breath out. And say the three lines to yourself, the one line three times. Breathe in, I smile. Breathe out, I'm okay. Breathe in, I smile. Breathe out, I'm okay. Breathe in, I smile. Breathe out, I'm okay. I would like to tell you about what experience I had in my meditation. And you can think about if self acceptance was hard or not. It is one thing to say to yourself, I accept you in words, another thing to actually think about what it means and then to apply it to specific situations. For example, when I was paying attention to my body, my attention went to my back, and I have scoliosis. What that means is my spinal cord is curved, and because of that, my back is much more susceptible to getting hurt, or there is perpetually some pain or hurt in my back, except when I sit on my meditation cushion. And as a result, there have been problems in terms of when I do some activity, or I can't do certain yogas, or when I do certain activities, I have to be careful. And I've been, like I had severe backaches, I had to go to physical therapy, all kinds of things. So I thought about all those things when I was paying attention to my back. And when I was saying, I accept you, I was realizing, I was thinking about all the ways in which been, I have had, for lack of better words, I will say suffering. I don't want to make it sound like big suffering, but unpleasantness or pain or whatever because of my back and certain limitations that I've had. Thought about the limitations, and I was thinking, wow, it's not as easy to say, I accept you, even now, even today. Then I realized that what I was saying to it was okay or it was fine to accept it. Yeah, that's the way it is. I have scoliosis. I have to be careful. I've had some pain because of it. But I'm okay with it was hard to say. I'm not okay with it. I accept it, but I'm not okay with it. And I was wondering what was the distinction between these two things. But as I was paying attention, I did appreciate my back at the same time. My back has worked hard to allow me to sit straight and to walk straight all these years. And for that, I do appreciate it. And that's true of any part of our body that has been around and that has been trying to help us. If it is not working properly, still it's struggling to help us, to help this body. And that's the way we have our experiences. And I was thinking a lot of people who are going to listen to this session may have even harder issues, such as some kind of physical condition, or it may be because of an accident or because of something that's specifically happening. There may be suffering, there may be pain. So compared to that, I don't want to minimize whatever they are going through by talking about my back. But I just want to talk about how, in spite of whatever I've been teaching, it's not as easy to just say I'm okay with it. And I had to deliberately think about, do I appreciate my body? And I do. And that makes everything seem so much easier. So think about it. And I would like to read, or if you want to send me an email, it would be interesting to read what makes it hard to accept you, your situation, your characteristics, or even your external circumstances. So do write to me at to meditatetogether@gmail.com, to meditatetogether@gmail.com. And I will see you next Thursday, and I will make sure